Evening, everyone. Welcome to The Next Revolution. I'm Steve Hilton, and this is the home of positive populism, pro-worker, pro-family, pro-community, and especially pro-America. I've always believed that people are basically good, that they want to do the right thing for themselves, their family, and their community. If you trust people and give them responsibility, they'll behave responsibly. It's one of the reasons I feel so at home here in America and so proud to be a new citizen. This country was built on the idea of trusting people and giving them responsibility and power. We call it self-government. These are the values enshrined in the Constitution: limited government, checks and balances, the separation of powers, all of it designed to decentralize power, leaving it wherever possible, as the 10th Amendment makes clear, in the hands of the people. This week, we've seen what happens when you go in the opposite direction, when you undermine those values, the building blocks of a strong, self-reliant society: personal responsibility, family, community, hard work. There is a thread that ties together the Crumleys in Michigan, the looting in California, the shootings in Chicago, and another disastrous Biden jobs report. This is what you get when big government pushes bad values. What you get is Biden's broken society. How many times have we said on this show that the biggest political issue we never really talk about because it makes a lot of people uncomfortable is family? The way we raise our kids, trying to make sure every child is raised in a stable, loving home. There's literally nothing more important for the future path of every other issue, whether it's crime or poverty or inequality or even America's future competitiveness against China. But there is an absolute crisis of family life in America, and you can see the effects of it every single day. The crisis is children being born outside of a stable marriage. The crisis is parents who haven't got a clue how to raise their kids properly, whether it's the Crumleys in Michigan or Adam Toledo in Chicago wandering the streets at 2 a.m. with a gun. And when someone honestly points this out, like the CEO of McDonald's, as we reported a couple of weeks ago, they get screamed down by the woke mob. And here's why it comes back to Biden and the Democrats. This collapse of family stability in America, it's not some inevitable social trend. It is the direct consequence of deliberate policy. For years, Democrats, too often shamefully aided and abetted by Republicans, have pushed policies that incentivize family breakdown. And now, in the typical pattern established by this appalling Biden regime, they want to take the problem they created and make it worse. Their horrific federal government centralization bill has even more incentives for destroying families. And they want to make parents even less responsible for raising their children, with Elizabeth Warren's terrifying dystopia of nationalized government childcare. And do you see how this ties together with the far-left ideology that's now captured the Democratic Party? We've laid out for you here the origins of wokeism, how a bunch of Marxist philosophers got together in 1920s Germany to figure out why the proletariat hadn't risen up around the world as Karl Marx predicted. They concluded that it wasn't just economics that the ruling class used to oppress the workers. It was faith, family, and culture, and so those must be attacked and undermined. It is not an accident that today's Democrats are anti-family. It's in their ideology. Their ideology is all about taking responsibility away from the individual, away from the family, the community, and putting it in the hands of the government. You saw it again this week with this absurd claim by Jen Psaki.
So when a huge group of criminals organizes themselves and they want to go loot a store, a CVS, a Nordstrom, a Home Depot, until the shelves are clean, you think that's because of the pandemic?
I think a root cause in a lot of communities is the pandemic, yes.
What a laughable thing to say, but how revealing of the rotten state of this Democratic Party. These scenes of looting and chaos, they're not everywhere. They're in the places run by Democrats, and especially the places where the Democrats' progressive policies have been most fully implemented. Blue states and blue cities: California, Chicago, Seattle, Portland. When I worked on crime issues years ago in the UK government, the research on criminality was incredibly clear. The #1 deterrent against crime was the certainty of being caught, convicted, and punished. The certainty was even more important than the severity of the punishment. Now, as a deliberate act of their progressive ideology, Democrats are implementing the exact opposite. The certainty that if you commit a crime, you won't be caught. If by some chance you are, then you certainly won't be prosecuted. And if by a miracle that happens, far from being punished, you'll be let out again straight away. This is literally what's happening where you have one-party rule by today's defund the police Democrats. There's no one else to blame. But oh, it's the pandemic, says Jen Psaki. Wasn't the pandemic in Florida? I seem to recall the Democrats making quite a fuss about it at the time. No crime wave there. Because you have government run according to decent values. When you have big government pushing bad values, you get Biden's broken society. You get, as we did this week, another devastating jobs report showing just what happens when you spend trillions of dollars of other people's money paying Americans not to work. All over the country, businesses can't find workers because they're better off on the Democrat dole. But the numbers don't lie. In red states, the unemployment rates are at historic lows. Oklahoma, 2.7%. Utah, 2.2%. Nebraska, 1.9%. But you know where it's worse? Blue states still sending out those pandemic welfare checks. They're 3 times worse. California, 7.3%. New Jersey, 7%. New York, 6.9%. And again, they want to make it even worse. The Green New Deal explicitly says they want to offer economic security to those who are unwilling to work. It's not an accident that the worst unemployment is in the states run by Democrats. It's in their ideology. They want people dependent on the government. They are deliberately destroying the work ethic in America. So when you look at all this chaos, the shootings, the crime, the worklessness, the family breakdown, remember that these aren't disparate problems randomly popping up in our news cycle. They are all symptoms of the same disease, the far-left ideology that has infected the Democrats. Anti-family, anti-police, anti-work. They call it progressive, but it's the exact opposite. It's not progress, it's collapse. The collapse of the values that built America. The collapse of the values that build a strong society, giving equal opportunity to everyone. This is Biden's broken society, and shame on the Democrats for what they're doing to this country.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.